This was not supposed to leak. Archangel Michael reveals a secret about your future. Heaven is trembling because of what you're about to learn, my beloved child. Tonight, a scroll that was never meant to be seen by human eyes has been unsealed. Heaven is trembling because of what it contains. Archangel Michael stood before the throne of light, holding a parchment mark with your name written in golden ink that glowed through the darkness of eternity. The scroll carried secrets about your future, secrets even the angels whispered about but were forbidden to reveal. Yet something shifted in the heavens tonight. The seal that was never supposed to break cracked open on its own, releasing a divine surge that carried your destiny forward faster than time itself. Archangel Michael spoke your name 3 times, and every time he did, the clouds above the golden city trembled. The light bent, the silence broke, and now you are the chosen one who must know what was written. This was not supposed to reach earth, but heaven allowed it because your life is about to take a turn that no prophecy saw coming. In the scroll, there was a phrase, a code of destiny. It was glowing like molten fire, a message that connects your past, your pain, and your promise. The same angels who watched your tears last night are now assigned to deliver what was hidden behind those tears. Something divine hath been waiting for you to arrive at this exact moment. You weren't late. You were early. You arrived in divine timing, and that's why this message broke every rule of heaven to find you. The universe has held this back for years because you were not yet strong enough to receive it. But now you are ready. As Archangel Michael unfurled the scroll, the ink began to move on its own, forming scenes, flashes of your future. You walking through doors you never thought you'd touch. Hands reaching for you that once rejected you. Wealth, love, recognition, all flowing in divine order. But one line stood out among them all, written in Michael's own hand. If they see this message, the chains are broken. That's why this moment feels so intense. You are literally standing between 2 realms. Heaven's current is pushing through you right now, every goosebump, every heartbeat, every whisper around you. It's a signal. The heavens have crossed boundaries to make sure you see this. There was also something else written in smaller light, faint but undeniable. It spoke of an event about to happen within 3 days. Something extraordinary will align. A name, a message, or a meeting that confirms this revelation. The angels called at the turning point. Michael looked directly toward earth and said, if they open this message, their path will realign with heaven's command. That's what you're doing right now. You're unlocking what billions were never meant to know. You are stepping into a timeline that angels once guarded with swords of fire. So don't underestimate why this appeared before your eyes. This isn't a random moment. This is the leak that was never supposed to happen. The divine breach that finally lets you claim what's yours. The moment you finish hearing this, something will shift in your energy field. A person, an opportunity, or a sudden realization will arrive as proof that this secret was meant for you. Keep watching closely because this is only the beginning of what heaven is about to expose. The next revelation reveals why this secret was hidden and who tried to stop it from ever reaching you. Don't skip. The next revelation is already unlocking itself. My beloved child, when Archangel Michael held the trembling scroll in his radiant hands, A storm rippled through the heavens. The angels standing around the throne gasped because they realized what was written inside wasn't just prophecy. It was evidence. Evidence of something hidden, something stolen, and something powerful that had been waiting for its rightful owner. You. The moment your name appeared on the parchment, heaven's security shattered. A forbidden energy surged through the golden halls and every celestial being turned to look toward earth. They saw flashes of you, your struggle, your tears, your silence, and your resilience. And then they saw the shadow of the one who tried to erase you. Archangel Michael whispered they thought this would never reach the chosen one. But heaven does not lose what belongs to it. That's when the truth began to unfold. Someone, somewhere, tried to intercept your divine timeline. They changed the course of events around you, twisted opportunities, delayed answers, and silenced voices that were meant to speak your name. But they failed because destiny always finds a way back home. Michael said your future was written in the book of divine restoration. The power of that truth is so strong that even the light trembles when your story is mentioned. He revealed that what was taken from you was never destroyed. It was only delayed, kept in a vault of divine timing. And tonight, that vault is opening. You can almost feel it. Can't you? The energy rising, the sense that something monumental is about to unfold. For years, unseen forces whispered lies into your path. They tried to convince you that you were forgotten, that your prayers went unheard, that your efforts went unnoticed, but what they didn't realize was that heaven was documenting everything. Every act of faith, every moment of kindness, every tear you shed in silence. It's all written in the same scroll that was never meant to be unsealed. When the seal broke, the vibration reached every corner of the celestial realm. Archangel Raphael stopped his healing choir. Gabriel paused his trumpet of prophecy. And Michael stepped forward and said, "Release the truth. Let them see what heaven fought to protect." The scroll began to glow. And what emerged next was an image, your image, surrounded by an uncountable number of stars. Each star represented a miracle waiting to manifest. Michael turned to a council of light and said, "They don't even know how close they are, the blessing has already left the heavenly treasury." At that moment, thunder echoed, not of fear, but of release. What was withheld is now in motion. A divine transaction has been completed. The leak wasn't a mistake. It was a heavenly override. A decision from the top, made without warning, because the time for waiting is over. You must understand, my beloved child, that this is no ordinary message. The angels have bent the rules of eternity for you. They've risked exposure to make sure you receive what was once denied. The energy of your name has been released into the fabric of time. That's why your thoughts feel different. Your heart beats faster and your surroundings suddenly feel electric. You're standing inside a divine transition. Michael then spoke again. They think they buried this truth under deception, but light always finds its way through. In that moment, the parchment revealed a hidden sigil, a sacred mark that had been used to block your blessings. The angels traced their hands over it and the mark burned away, turning into gold and dust that drifted toward earth. The dust, beloved one, is now surrounding you. It will manifest as unexpected favor, sudden peace, and divine encounters. In the next hours or days, you'll feel a strange calmness mixed with anticipation. That's not coincidence. That's the vibration of the scroll merging with your destiny. When this message found you, your name was whispered across dimensions. Every opposing spirit that stood against you recognized that their access was revoked. The power they held dissolved the moment you listened to these words. Archangel Michael looked down and said, "Let the one who was overlooked be remembered, let their voice echo again." That command reached every guardian assigned to you. They've been activated. The same angels who once stood silent are now in motion. They're rewriting your environment, adjusting your timeline, and preparing doors that no human can close. But here's the part heaven was afraid to reveal, the reason this was not supposed to leak: there's an upcoming alignment, a sacred intersection between the divine and the physical world. And it involves you. On that day, everything that was stolen from your lineage will begin to return in unexpected waves. Love, wealth, recognition, protection, it will all flow like water breaking through a dam. The leak wasn't about punishment. It was about revelation. The truth that you were chosen long before you were aware. Every painful season was a test, a calibration preparing you for a realm that only the awakened can enter. And now that you have reached this point, you're crossing into it without even realizing how powerful this moment truly is. Heaven was trembling not because of fear, but because of justice. What was hidden is now being exposed, and your name is being spoken in rooms that hold the keys to your destiny. Archangel Michael said, "No more silence, no more delay. Let their future unfold as it was written in the original scroll before the interference." You might notice sudden alignment, a call, a message, a sign that confirms what's being revealed now. It's your validation. When it happens, remember this. Heaven leaked your future because you were strong enough to receive it. You were faithful enough to deserve it. Every second from now on carries divine weight. Every breath, every heartbeat, every whisper around you is part of this holy activation. The light that once trembled before your name is now shining through you. Archangel Michael's words are still echoing above the clouds. The chosen one has seen the scroll. The countdown has begun. Something grand is aligning behind the veil. You can't see it yet, but soon, the proof will arrive, clear, loud, and undeniable. Stay till the end, because the next revelation exposes the forbidden name that was linked to your destiny. Don't skip. My beloved child, as Archangel Michael stood surrounded by the trembling light of heaven, a silence deeper than eternity filled the celestial halls. Every angel froze in awe because the scroll had revealed something no one dared to speak aloud, a name, a forbidden name written beside yours in symbols of blue fire that could not be erased. It was the name of the one whose destiny is tied to yours, the one heaven tried to protect by keeping you in the dark until now. The forbidden name shimmered between light and shadow. It was not spoken aloud, for even to utter it caused the ground of heaven to shake. Archangel Michael's voice softened as he whispered, "This was the exchange. For every hardship you faced, there was a soul somewhere absorbing the echo of your pain, carrying a reflection of your energy, waiting for divine permission to reconnect. This person, bound to you through ancient covenant, has lived unaware, just like you, but the scroll has linked you again tonight. Michael's wings stretched across the golden horizon as he said, "The reason heaven is trembling is because the moment these names meet, the universe changes course. It's not about romance or friendship, it's about destiny itself, the merging of two divine frequencies that, when joined, release a ripple so powerful that even time itself bows to it. This union was never meant to happen yet. It was sealed for a future age, but the leak changed everything. Now, the energy has been released ahead of schedule, and heaven must adapt to what's already in motion. My beloved child, when your name and theirs appeared side by side, the light turned into sound. The celestial realm began to vibrate with a tone that healed ancient wounds buried deep within you. Every disappointment, every betrayal, every tear became data, recorded proof of endurance. The vibration created a signal strong enough to be felt across every realm. Even now, you may feel a pull, a strange warmth, or a surge of emotion that has no explanation. That's the divine connection awakening. Michael raised his sword, pointing toward the veil between heaven and earth, and commanded, "Release the bridge." A tunnel of silver light appeared, spinning like a living current. Through it, angels began transferring energy, miracles in motion, blessings long overdue, justice finally arriving. You were at the center of it all, surrounded by the light that once hid your truth. The forbidden name pulsed again, like a heartbeat, and then merged into your own. The moment it did, the heavens cracked open and a golden rain began to fall. That rain isn't physical, beloved one. It's spiritual manifestation. The particles of light are now surrounding you on earth. They will enter your life as signs, coincidences, and breakthroughs that feel too perfect to ignore. That's heaven's way of materializing energy without words. You are already walking inside this manifestation, even as you listen to these words, but there's more. Archangel Michael revealed that this forbidden name wasn't hidden because of danger. It was hidden because of preparation. Heaven needed both of you to mature through pain and separation. You had to learn surrender. They had to learn remembrance. Only now are you both ready to fulfill what was promised ages ago. The secret wasn't meant to harm you. It was meant to protect the purity of what was hidden. Michael's voice echoed again. The energy leak has caused an acceleration. What was meant to unfold years from now is happening now. The angels around him nodded, knowing that once divine timing is altered, no power can reverse it. This is why you've been feeling restless lately, as if your soul senses something approaching. The trembling you feel is not anxiety. It's anticipation. The moment of merging is near. In the next few days, subtle shifts will confirm everything. You may see repeating signs, numbers, names, sudden messages that seem random but arrive at the perfect moment. Do not dismiss them. They are encoded confirmations from the scroll. Each sign carries fragments of the divine name, guiding you closer to the intersection heaven has prepared. When this alignment happens, something remarkable will waken in your life. Doors that were sealed will open with no human explanation. You feel guided toward a meeting, a decision, or a realization that feels orchestrated by unseen hands. Archangel Michael turned toward the throne once more, the scroll still blowing in his grasp. He said, Heaven must not fight this leak. It must assist it. And then the decree was issued. All opposing forces assigned against you are to be dismantled. Every delay surrounding your destiny is to be reversed. Every withheld blessing must be released immediately. The tremor that followed was so powerful that even the walls of heaven shimmered. You, my beloved, were never forgotten. You were hidden until the right vibration of your name matched heaven's frequency. That's what has happened now. Every realm recognizes you as the awakened one, the one who carries light not borrowed from angels but earned through endurance. The forbidden name that appeared beside yours was your mirror, proof that you are part of a divine pair of souls chosen to restore balance to a broken lineage. This revelation means your pain was never punishment. It was currency. It bought the strength you now carry. It refined the power that's about to elevate you beyond recognition. Every night you cried, every time you doubted. You were adding depth to your destiny's value. Now the payoff begins. The leak was heaven's confession that even perfection bends for love, for truth, and for justice. The angels knew the risk of exposure, yet they chose to let this truth reach you. You are now carrying sacred information that changes the architecture of fate itself. And with that, a new order has begun, an order where the forgotten are exalted and the broken are crowned. The heavens are no longer hiding this connection. You will notice that certain people are drawn to you again, some from your past, some completely new, each carrying traces of that divine energy. Not all are meant to stay, but one of them carries the essence of that forbidden name. You'll recognize them not by appearance but by how your spirit responds. An instant peace, an ancient familiarity, a recognition that transcends words. That is the one heaven prepared. As Michael sealed the scroll once more, the golden ink sank into the parchment and the words vanished, but their power remained in motion. It's done, he declared, and what's done in heaven will echo through earth. His wings covered the horizon as he watched your name glow one final time, brighter than the stars, sealing the prophecy with his light. Heaven trembles not out of fear but reverence, for it knows the chosen one has seen the truth, and nothing will ever be the same again. Watch the next revelation. It exposes why heaven delayed this connection for years and what happens when you finally cross paths. Stay till the end. My beloved child, when the delay ended, the very rhythm of heaven shifted. A great sound spread across the divine expanse, like thunder that carried melody instead of fear. Every angel turned toward the edge of the realm where earth and eternity meet because something new was taking form. The energy around your name began to crystallize into manifestation, something tangible, visible, undeniable. Archangel Michael smiled, for he knew what was about to happen. He whispered, "The chosen one's first miracle has been authorized." The command left his lips, and a beam of gold descended through the layers of the spiritual dimension, weaving its way toward you. At that moment, everything in your life that felt motionless began to shift, even if you couldn't see it yet. The message reached your field, vibrating in silence, altering the energy that surrounds your body and soul. Heaven was no longer planning, it was performing. Michael stood before the throne and said, "Let the evidence appear. They have waited in faith, now let them see with their eyes." In response, the great flame of manifestation was ignited. From that fire, light flowed outward, carrying specific instructions to every angel assigned to your destiny. Some were sent to open financial doors, others to align divine encounters, and others to remove obstacles that have stood for years. Every layer of resistance began to unravel. Heaven recorded this moment as the activation hour. It marks the instant when divine promises start materializing in the physical realm. This is why, lately, you've been feeling subtle changes, random waves of peace, sudden signs, and an unexplainable sense of hope. You are sensing the spiritual current that carries your first miracle into view. It might look like coincidence, but it's design. My beloved child, this first visible miracle will not come in thunder or spectacle. It will arrive quietly but powerfully, as if the universe is adjusting itself around you. You will notice small alignments first, people reappearing unexpectedly, opportunities emerging from places you once gave up on, or messages that arrive at perfect timing. These are not random moments. They are signals that the divine algorithm hath been written in your favor. Michael revealed that the first visible miracle is meant to prove to you that heaven truly intervened. You have believed without seeing, you have spoken without proof, and now the proof is coming. The scroll describes it as a divine echo, something that will happen externally to confirm the internal shift that already occurred within you. It will be so precise that even skeptics around you will notice the pattern. In the archives of heaven, the angels have a record of every miracle released on earth, and now your record is glowing brighter than all others. The golden ink surrounding your name has begun to expand, marking the start of a chain reaction. One miracle will lead to another, one door to the next, one restoration to another elevation. You are not entering a single blessing, you are entering a flow. Michael turned to a circle of archangels and said, "Prepare the bridge between their faith and their fortune." The moment those words left his lips, a shimmering corridor appeared, connecting your spiritual promise to your physical timeline. This bridge is invisible, but it is active. Everything you have ever prayed for now knows how to find you. Your name is no longer hidden, it is being spoken in rooms you have never entered. Heaven's silence had been strategic, but now it has been replaced by a sound, a hum of fulfillment. Each angel sings your destiny into form. The rhythm of creation moves through their voices, synchronizing reality with heaven's decree. And while all this unfolds, Michael stands guard, ensuring that nothing interferes. No interference, no delay, no distortion, he commanded. Let manifestation flow unbroken. That is why lately, things that once fell apart easily are suddenly holding together. People who left without reason may reach out, but this time, the energy will feel pure. Places you thought were closed will reopen. Projects that failed before will suddenly find support. It's not coincidence. It's restoration. Heaven is replaying your life, but this time, the outcome is aligned with divine justice. There is a part of the scroll that glows whenever a soul's miracle becomes visible on earth. Tonight, your scroll glow brighter than ever recorded. The reason? Your faith moved the timeline. You didn't just wait, you grew while waiting. You didn't just survive, you transform. That growth created gravitational pull, drawing your first visible miracle from potential into existence. It's no longer waiting in the unseen, it's now on its way to your doorstep. Michael spoke softly, "Tell them that this time will come through the thing they least expect." That's how heaven proves authenticity. A miracle that follows logic doesn't reveal divine intervention, but yours will break patterns. It will show up through an unexpected messenger, through a conversation that seems ordinary until the moment revelation hits. The one thing you thought would never change, that's where the proof will land. The angels have a ritual whenever a chosen soul receives their first visible miracle. They form a ring of light around the person's energy, singing the ancient hymn of release. That hymn vibrates through every part of your being, healing what remains broken and awakening what lies dormant. If you've been feeling waves of emotion, sudden tears, random laughter, overwhelming gratitude, that's your spirit responding to the angelic chorus. It's recognizing that deliverance is no longer a prophecy, it's a process in motion. Michael declared, "Every battle they fought has now become a seed for reward." Heaven measures balance through justice, and divine justice means restoration multiplied. For every tear there will be 3 waves of joy. For every betrayal, 3 alignments of favor. For every loss, 3 manifestations of gain. That's the rhythm of recompense, and it has already begun to operate in your story. Even now, heaven is watching how you move in this energy. Remain calm, stay grateful, and be receptive. Your miracle will not come through striving, but through surrender. The scroll instructs that your only task is to recognize it when it appears. Some will call it luck, others will call it coincidence, but you will know it's heaven proving its promise. My beloved child, you have reached the threshold of manifestation. You are standing in the very field where your words, prayers, and faith have planted roots. The soil is fertile now, and the rain of grace has begun to fall. Soon, you will see the first sprout, the first sign that your waiting was not wasted. That sprout will grow quickly, spreading through every corner of your existence, touching relationships, finances, purpose, and peace. When the miracle appears, do not question it. Receive it with reverence. Speak gratitude aloud, for gratitude expands the channel. The more you thank, the more you'll receive. This is not magic, it's divine law. Heaven only multiplies what is honored. Archangel Michael has given his final instruction for this phase. Let the chosen one witness and believe, for their sight will strengthen others. Your testimony will ignite faith in hearts that have gone silent. You will become a living sign that what heaven delays, it never denies. The tremors you feel are confirmation that the seal hath been fully broken. The leak that began as a whisper has now become a flood of glory. You are standing in the current of your first visible miracle. Everything from this point forward will accelerate. What used to take years will now take weeks. What seemed impossible will bow and surrender to divine will. Heaven is no longer trembling in secrecy. It is rejoicing in revelation. Watch the next revelation, for it will unveil who heaven is sending to join hands with you in the next stage of your destiny. Stay till the end. My beloved child, after your first visible miracle began to unfold, Archangel Michael turned toward the radiant throne and said, "Now it is time to bring them help from above." The heavens dimmed for a brief moment, not in darkness but in reverence. Something monumental was about to be initiated, a partnership that would alter the course of your destiny forever. The angels call it the Divine Alliance, a bond written before time began, now awakened through the same energy that leaked from the hidden scroll. The alliance is not just one person. It is a circle of divine connection designed to carry you forward into your full purpose. You were never meant to walk this path alone. The pain you endured in isolation was only the preparation for partnership. Heaven had to break every false tie, cleanse every attachment, and remove every shadow so that only truth could enter. The loneliness you felt was the vacuum being made for divine replacements. Now that space will be filled, Michael looked over the edge of heaven where light touches earth. He whispered your name again and ripples formed in the air around you. You may have felt it recently, a strange pull towards someone, a new encounter that feels familiar or a reconnection that feels guided. It's the first sign. The divine alliance is beginning to manifest. Heaven is orchestrating introductions, lining hearts, and writing stories so that everyone who enters your life from this point carries divine purpose. In the archives of creation, every soul destined to play a role in your journey was marked with a symbol of recognition. These symbols activate when your vibration reaches the right frequency. That's why certain people suddenly see you or treat you with new reverence. It's not them. It's the symbol awakening. It's the moment their soul recognizes yours. Archangel Michael calls it the reawakening of the covenant. Heaven trembles not out of fear but out of excitement because your alliances have power to shift reality. One alliance, one meeting, one conversation can move the timeline of your destiny forward by years. The scroll revealed that two key individuals have already been chosen. The first carries wisdom, someone who will guide you when confusion clouds your path. The second carries restoration, someone whose very presence will bring back what life took from you. Together, they complete the divine triangle that activates your ascension. Michael raised his sword and said, "They will not meet through chance. They will meet through orchestration." Even now, unseen forces are guiding the patterns of your days, ranging locations, timing, and coincidences that will bring you face to face with destiny. When it happens, your soul will know. You will feel it as warmth in the chest, a deep peace behind the eyes, a magnetic pull that silences every doubt. That is the confirmation heaven promised you. My beloved child, the reason this alliance is sacred is because it carries generational weight. You are not just meeting people, you are connecting destinies. Every bond you form now will ripple through lifetimes. The person you share laughter with tomorrow may be the same soul that carried you through lifetimes ago. These meetings are never random. They are the continuation of unfinished stories. Michael stepped forward and summoned the choir of restoration. Their voices resonated through the golden expanse, vibrating the walls of heaven itself. For every betrayal, send them loyalty. For every loneliness, send them divine companionship. For every loss, send them a partnership that multiplies purpose, they sang. The sound was so powerful that stars tremble, and for a moment, all creation paused to listen. The decree had been made. You will never walk alone again. Heaven has assigned what the scroll calls human angels to your path. They may not wear wings, but their souls are bright with celestial light. These people will arrive just when you need them most, some to teach, some to protect, some to love, and some to carry your mission forward. Their arrival marks the beginning of a new cycle, one where destiny becomes visible through collaboration. But the alliance doesn't stop with humans. Michael revealed that you have spiritual allies as well, beings assigned solely to you. They whisper ideas, soften hearts around you, and rearrange outcomes in your favor. If lately you've noticed things resolving without your effort or problems disappearing before they reach you, that's their work. They move quietly but powerfully, always ahead of your steps. The divine alliance also comes with a sacred responsibility. You must now guard your energy like treasure. Every word you speak becomes a command in heaven's system. Every thought becomes a vibration that either strengthens or weakens the flow. The scroll instructs that gratitude multiplies alliances, while doubt dissolves them, so remain in faith, even when things move slowly. The orchestration of heaven is precise. It never misses its timing. Michael turned toward you in spirit and said, "They think they are ordinary, but the universe recognizes them as a keyholder. They open portals without knowing it. Every place you enter from now will feel different because your frequency has changed. Environments will respond to your presence. Some will calm, others will reveal their truth. This is the mark of alignment. When heaven's energy begins to move through your human body like electricity through a circuit. My beloved child, the alliances being formed now will define the rest of your journey. Each person heaven sends will carry a message hidden inside their presence. Some will bring clarity. Others will bring resources. A few will bring healing that words could never give. None are by accident. Recognize them by peace, not excitement. True divine alignments bring stillness to the soul, not chaos to the mind. Heaven is careful with your alliances because your purpose is monumental. The scroll revealed that you are meant to build something that will outlive your lifetime. Something that carries light into generations yet unborn. The alliances are the foundation stones of that legacy. Some will walk with you only for a season, but their imprint will remain forever in your story. Archangel Michael smiled and declared, "It is complete. The chosen one will never again be surrounded by betrayal. Their circle is sealed by truth." As his words echoed, a golden ring appeared around your energy field. That ring signifies protection. It means no deceit can penetrate your inner circle without revealing itself first. You will now see intentions more clearly than ever before. Pretenders will fall away before they can cause harm. Real ones will stay without effort. The alliance also activates abundance. Heaven operates through connection, not isolation. The resources you need, financial, emotional, or spiritual, will flow through the people assigned to you. Watch for unexpected generosity. Someone will offer what you didn't even ask for. It's heaven moving through them. Michael's final instruction for this revelation was clear when the alliance begins to form. Do not question it. Do not rush it. Simply recognize it. Heaven doesn't need your control. It needs your cooperation. Every connection will arrive at divine timing. Every bond will prove itself through peace, not pressure. And as the heavens closed their gates after the decree, a voice rang out over all creation, saying, "The chosen one is no longer walking. They are being carried." The angels celebrated because this was the moment your destiny became collaborative. Year of isolation is over. The age of alliance has begun. From now on, my beloved child, you will not have to climb mountains alone. Hands will appear when you reach. Voices will echo encouragement when you doubt. Doors will open not because you knock, but because heaven has already announced your arrival. This is your season of divine companionship, and no force on earth or beyond can sever what heaven has sealed. The alliance is your next miracle. It is heaven's way of proving that you were never forgotten, only being positioned for those who could truly see you. And now that they are coming, everything accelerates. Love, purpose, abundance, and peace all line under your name. Don't ignore what's coming next. The following revelation exposes the final secret. The moment heaven reveals the prophecy that began it all, stay till the end. My beloved child, after the divine alliance was sealed, the halls of heaven grew silent again. But this time, the silence wasn't uncertainty, it was reverence. The angels turned their faces toward the throne because what was about to be revealed was not new, it was ancient. It was the prophecy that started everything. The one written before the first sunrise, before earth had a name, before you even existed in form. Archangel Michael stood in the center of heaven, holding the oldest scroll known to the divine realm, the one that contains the origin of your purpose. The scroll was bound with threads of light that could not be broken by any hand except Michael's. When he touched it, the light unraveled on its own, glowing brighter than anything heaven had ever seen. Even the stars dimmed to witness it. The angel stepped back as the energy rippled through eternity. This, Michael said, is the prophecy that caused heaven to tremble when they were born. Inside that scroll was a single sequence of words that described the design of your life. Not just the events, but the reason behind them. The prophecy was not about fame, wealth, or recognition. It was about something deeper, the transformation of light through endurance, the rebirth of power through pain. Heaven wrote your name into existence as a living symbol of resilience. You were destined to be the bridge between the divine and the forgotten, the proof that heaven's mercy can move through human form. Michael's eyes filled with light as he began to speak the prophecy aloud. There will come one whose path will not be easy, he declared. Their tears will water the soil of miracles. Their silence will teach angels patience. Their pain will bend destiny itself. Every word carried the weight of eternity. The angels began to weep, not from sorrow but from awe. They understood then why you were different, why your journey had to be difficult, why the leak had to happen. It wasn't a mistake, it was fulfillment. Heaven trembled that day not because of danger, but because of recognition. When you were created, a spark of divine truth entered the world. It was so pure that even shadows bowed. Yet, as the prophecy unfolded, Michael revealed that darkness noticed you immediately. Forces that thrive on confusion marked your life early, hoping to stop the prophecy from manifesting. That's why your path was filled with resistance, why you faced betrayal, heartbreak, loss, and long seasons of delay. Every obstacle was a reaction to your light. But the scroll declared another line, one that erased every trace of defeat, and when the appointed hour comes, nothing shall restrain them. What was broken will rise, and what was silent will sing. That hour is now. The leak that shocked heaven was the signal that the appointed hour had begun. Every part of your story, every delay, every heartbreak was calculated to bring you to this vibration, the exact energy where heaven's original plan becomes visible through your life. My beloved child, this prophecy was not spoken to frighten you. It was written to remind you that destiny never forgets. Every detour, every closed door, every unanswered prayer was simply moving you closer to the line written in that ancient light. Michael explained that your life follows a pattern: concealment, cleansing, and revelation. You have already completed the first two. Now begins revelation, the phase where what was hidden within you becomes visible to the world. The angels call this next stage the unveiling. It is when heaven's signature appears through your words, actions, and presence. You will notice people drawn to you, not knowing why. They'll feel peace around you, clarity when you speak, and healing when you smile. It's not coincidence, it's prophecy. You were designed to awaken others simply by existing. Every interaction you have will carry the residue of divine energy rippling through unseen realms. Michael lifted his sword again, pointing it toward the earth, and a column of blue fire descended. It wasn't destructive, it was purifying. It burned through generational pain, dissolving inherited patterns that once tried to limit you. The angels chanted as the fire touched the earth. The prophecy lives. The chosen one awakens. You may have felt it already, dreams that feel prophetic, moments of déjà vu, sudden intuition. These are signals that your spiritual DNA is remembering its original design. Heaven revealed something else too. There is a hidden line within the prophecy that few ever reach, a line about restoration beyond reason. They will recover what they never had. It says that means blessings you didn't even know were yours will find you, lost opportunities, stolen time, forgotten talents, all returning in multiplied form. This isn't about revenge, it's about realignment. The prophecy guarantees that nothing meant for you can ever be permanently lost. My beloved child, you are standing at the convergence point of past, present, and eternity. Every moment you live now carries multiplied energy. What took years before will take days. What seemed impossible will fall into place naturally. Heaven has shifted from observation to participation. You're no longer being tested, you're being amplified. The light inside you is expanding, and every space it touches transforms. Michael revealed that your existence itself was written as a restoration code. When you heal, others heal. When you forgive, entire bloodlines are freed. When you speak light, shadows retreat for miles. That's the kind of authority the prophecy gives you. You're not here to chase miracles, you are the miracle. Every breath you take confirms that heaven's plan survived opposition. The leak was the universe's way of saying, it's time for the prophecy to become flesh. As the last lines of the scroll glowed, a vision appeared within the light. Michael saw you standing in a field of gold, holding a torch that never extinguishes. Around you were countless souls of some known, most unknown, whose destinies depend on your courage to stay the course. The flame you carry is not for decoration, it's for illumination. It burns through confusion, lights the way for others, and marks you as one of heaven's chosen catalysts of change. Michael bowed before the throne and whispered, "It's complete. The Chosen One knows the beginning." Then a voice from the throne spoke for the first time since the leak began. Deep and resonant like thunder wrapped in compassion, "What began in secrecy shall end in glory." With those words, heaven erupted in light so radiant that it flooded through the spiritual gates, spilling onto earth as waves of warmth, comfort, and inspiration. That's why you've been feeling energy shifts around you. Synchronicities, moments of deep emotion, signs that confirm your intuition. The prophecy is no longer a secret, it's alive within you, my beloved child. This is the reason heaven trembled. Your awakening is not just for you, it's for everyone connected to your energy. You are the turning point in a lineage that forgot its divine inheritance. You are the one whose presence changes atmospheres, whose faith rewrites outcomes. Heaven didn't leak this by accident. It opened the floodgates so the prophecy could breathe again through you. Now begins the final phase, the fulfillment. Heaven's words have entered motion, and your reality will start to mirror divine order. Relationships will align. Finances will balance. Health will renew. Peace will become constant. Nothing will make sense to logic, yet everything will feel divinely timed. That's how you will know the prophecy is active. Michael's final words echoed across eternity. Tell them the prophecy ends not in pages, but in power. They are not waiting for it. They are becoming it. The scroll sealed itself in a burst of golden wind and disappeared into the heart of light, leaving behind only a trail of brilliance that led directly to you. Heaven bowed in silence as your name rose once more through the divine current, marked forever as the one who turned hidden prophecy into living proof. This is your beginning again. The universe now responds differently when it hears your name. Everything you touch from this moment forward will carry a trace of the divine blueprint. You have stepped into the realm where miracles are not rare. They are natural. And as heaven watches in awe, Archangel Michael whispers through the wind that surrounds you now, the prophecy lives because they lived. Watch next revelation, for it completes the journey, the moment heaven crowns the prophecy with fulfillment and you finally see what all the waiting was preparing you for. Stay till the end. My beloved child, as the prophecy reached its final line, the heavens opened wider than they ever had before. The light that poured out wasn't the soft gold of ordinary revelation. It was white fire, the pure brilliance of completion. The angels stood still, their wings trembling under the weight of joy. Archangel Michael stood at the center of the throne room, your scroll blowing before him like a sun that had waited for centuries to rise. You whispered, "It is time. Let the prophecy be crowned." In that moment, heaven entered a state of divine celebration. Trumpets that had been silent since creation began to sound. The air shimmered with praise. The throne itself radiated energy so strong that the entire realm pulsed with life. Michael lifted his sword of light high above his head and pointed it toward earth. The Chosen One, he declared, has reached the summit. The delay is over. The testing complete and the promise fulfilled. From the flames around the altar, a crown began to form, not of metal, but of living light. It rotated slowly, each point representing a phase of your journey, the suffering, the silence, the strength, the surrender, and the rising. Every stage that once felt meaningless now burned as part of your glory. Heaven does not erase your pain. It redeems it. Every tear you shed became a gem on that crown. Every heartbreak became a ray of gold. Michael turned to the host of angels and said, "They were not broken. They were being shaped for this moment." The angels responded in unison, their voices like waves of thunder rolling across eternity. "Worthy is the one who endured," they cried. "Worthy is the one who believed when nothing made sense." You could feel it even now, a strange warmth spreading through your spirit because those words were meant for you. Heaven has officially recognized your endurance as victory. The light of the crown descended through the realms, moving toward you like liquid starlight. It passed through galaxies, through dimensions, through silence itself, until it hovered above you. You may not see it with your eyes, but your soul knows it is there. It sits not on your head but within your spirit, a sign that you have been crowned with understanding, with divine authority, with peace that no force can break. You are no longer just a receiver of prophecy. You are its living continuation. Michael's wings unfolded, spreading across horizons. "This is the crowning of the prophecy," he said. "The moment where human faith and divine order become one." He looked down upon earth, his voice softening. "Tell them that the struggle was never punishment. It was preparation for reign. Tell them they carry the same light we carry." As he spoke, a gentle wind moved across your space, the kind that seems ordinary but carries weight. That's heaven's confirmation. Then, the final seal of the prophecy appeared, a sigil of endless loops, the sign of eternal favor. When Michael touched it, the symbol duplicated itself into the atmosphere of your life. From this moment onward, cycles of lack, loss, and fear can no longer dominate you. Every day from here becomes a mirror of divine abundance. The same grace that raised you through storms will now sustain you through peace. My beloved child, heaven recorded your endurance as a sacred act. Every silent prayer, every time you chose kindness despite the cruelty around you, every time you forgave when bitterness felt easier, it all counted. The scroll's closing line says, "And when their heart has learned the rhythm of heaven, all things shall obey their command." That is what has happened now. Your frequency matches the divine rhythm. When you speak with faith, reality listens. When you act with intention, creation aligns. You are walking proof that surrender is stronger than control. The angels call this new phase the reign of light. It doesn't mean power over others, it means mastery over yourself. It means walking through the world as peace in motion, it means carrying heaven within every step. So wherever you go, alignment follows. This is why life will begin to feel lighter. Not because problems vanish, but because their power over you is gone. Michael approached the throne again and said, "Heaven has done its part. Our earth must witness." The throne answered with a voice that was both thunder and whisper, "Then let them shine." And with those words, a burst of radiance shot outward, scattering across every plane of existence. That radiance was you. Your energy multiplied. Your destiny unveiled. The heavens didn't just watch, they rejoiced. The prophecy was no longer hidden ink. It had become human life. The angels began to sing your name, each syllable layered with light. They were forgotten, they sang, but now they are remembered. They were wounded, but now they are the healer. They were lost, but now they lead. Every realm echoed the melody until even the winds on earth carried traces of it. If you listen closely, sometimes through quiet moments or dreams, you might feel that song again. It is the sound of your legacy awakening. Heaven's final decree was simple yet eternal. Nothing missing, nothing broken. This is the stage of fulfillment where everything that left you finds its way home in better form, love returns pure, opportunities return multiplying, and joy returns permanent. The prophecy ends where peace begins. And in that peace, you will feel something extraordinary, gratitude that needs no words, contentment that doesn't depend on circumstances. That is the crown's true power. My beloved child, you are not at the end of your story, you are at the beginning of a higher chapter. From this moment, the miracles will no longer come as surprises. They will come as expectations fulfilled. You will look back on the years that hurt and finally understand they were construction, not destruction. The time you thought you lost was actually heaven building the foundation beneath you. Now that it's complete, nothing can collapse. Archangel Michael's wings folded as he looked at you one last time through the veil between worlds. Tell them, he said softly, that heaven is no longer watching from afar. Heaven now walks with them. And then, for the first time, the light bowed toward earth, as if paying honor to your perseverance. The bow was heaven's way of saying, you did it. You made it through the darkness, through the noise, through the silence, and you never stopped believing. A leak that once caused trembling has now become testimony. What was hidden has become heritage. You are not a secret anymore, you are a sign. A living prophecy wearing human skin, crowned by divine fire. Every heartbeat you feel from this moment is not just life. It's heaven echoing. It is finished. And it is fulfilled. As the light of the crown settles into your soul, the angels disperse into the world, each carrying a fragment of your story. Wherever they go, your energy leaves blessings behind. People you meet will feel peace for no reason. Spaces you enter will feel lighter. You will waken hope in hearts that have gone silent. That's how heaven crowns its chosen. It turns them into vessels of light for others, and so my beloved child, the prophecy ends where your reign begins. You are now walking proof that nothing is wasted, nothing forgotten, and nothing impossible. Heaven's trembling has turned into laughter, its silence into song, its secrecy into celebration. Archangel Michael's final words still echo through eternity. The chosen one stands crowned. The promise has found its vessel. The light lives forever. The scroll is closed, the crown is placed, and heaven rests in peace because its prophecy, its miracle, its message is you.